Yeah, so let's probably go over his standard set.
We'll go standard set first.
Attacks.
We will wait, of course, for the
Intros.
dialogue. I don't know if you knew this. People get mad.
They do.
Yeah.
I think they've heard them all by now.
I don't think they've heard.
I don't know if they've heard everything.
Well, this is a new character, Paulo. I don't think they've heard him.
So we should be quiet during this?
If you want,
Okay.
or we could sing a song.
Okay.
Vermin.
Something wrong, Emperor?
I renegotiate our agreement. Round 1. Fight.
All right, there's the intro.
Cool. So so Erron Black. Obviously, he's kind of patterned after like a classic, kind of Wild West, martial and gunslinger, bounty hunter. His primary weapon set are the 2 revolvers he has on his waist. So he utilizes those a lot in his fight style. So he has a lot of strings that where he uses them to pistol whip people, or one of my favorite ones right there, where like he kicks the hammer and fires a shot. And something kind of unique about him is a lot of his fight style attacks that utilize the revolvers actually have much more range than a normal kick or a punch would have. So I think maybe just go into some of his specials in the standard special set.
Sure.
So besides the revolvers, one of the things that he has access to is he's been kind of wandering the outworld for all these years. He's killed some crazy monsters and taken some of their magic. So one of the things he has is a like a sand-filled like glass globe grenade that he can roll across the floor. Kind of a slow-moving low projectile. Those are always pretty good. Anything that's projectile full screen low.
Right.
He can actually enhance that one to control its speed, and it'll also fire off a shot and break it, and that will lead to pop-ups. So that can be used as combo extenders or good openers. You can roll it behind the guy, roll it in front of him, and try to set him up. Roll when the guy's trying to get up, things like that.
Right.
In addition, he can break the globes over his head for like a good anti-air. It's kind of a fast, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it's really good for stop and jump ins.
Right.
You can also use it to start combos and continue combos.
Keep jumping over.
Yeah.
More meter. There we go.
So he also has a pretty powerful load special with a slide. Has a pretty good range on it. Does decent damage. And then that one also he can enhance, and he will rifle off a couple of shots with his revolvers. And that's great for combo enders and also for creating some close-up situations. In addition to that, see what else he has. He has like a medium-range tackle. It's pretty good, like a command grab tackle. Rifles off some shots in the face, and it also can be meter burned, and it will do a little bit more damage and separate the characters quite a bit more. That's an example of this throw. Again, using the revolvers in a lot of different situations.
Happiness.
I'm not getting it today.
Well, it's all right.
Stream jitters.
They always
Frank
have
Tyler
to.
again.
I'm not quitting till we get this.
You can do it. There you
There it
There
is.
we go.
So you use that to in combos, create some distance, push people into corners, away from corners, things like that.
Right.
And then probably my favorite special that he has these caltrops. Which if everyone knows what a caltrop is, it's like a spiked nail. He throws a handful of them on the ground, and he can do that at different ranges, close, medium, or far. And when you're standing in them, it does some damage over time. But the cool thing about it is it will also force your opponent to stop running. So if they're running at you, it actually stops their run. So you can kind of set it up as a little trap to keep the player from being too offensive. Right. These are also good to throw down when you've knocked someone down or when you get someone trapped in a corner. You can force them to try to jump out, and you can create some combo opportunities off of that. And I believe that's his.
Yes.
His common set. So in Marksman, he has this rifle, like a long rifle, on his back. And he gains access to a few new special moves with it. So maybe do like his walk back. So pretty unique special where he actually walks and creates range at the same time. He's firing off 3 very quick projectiles. It's kind of an office favorite because it creates distance and promotes kind of like a defensive kind of a style, but also offensive at the same time. And you can enhance that version, and he'll actually switch up the shots and do like a low, medium, and high. Leads to good combo opportunities if you can get in fast enough, to close that gap that you created from the walk back. So it's actually really powerful in the corner because you won't be spread so far away that you'll be able to get some combos in.
Right.
Additionally, he has like a sniper shot where you can like kind of charge up a blast on the ground. So you can hold that, and you can hold that.
Hold that.
You can hold that and dash cancel out of it. And one of the things that Paul likes to do with this, you can actually 2-in-1 into it and then dash cancel it, like in the middle of strings and stuff, to create like some confusing reset opportunities. And then he also has a pop-up uppercut with the rifle. So this is good again for combo enders, things like that. You can sneak in some general hits after that one, but if you enhance it, then he actually fires a shot afterwards. On that one, you can get in a lot of these.
So you can,
combos. Yeah. And I think you've got all your meter, so it may be a good time to show off maybe his X-ray. Oh no, you don't.
I can fake it.
Oh,
There it is.
How did you do that?
The tricks. That is a magic bullet right there.
He comes prepared to matches. And he writes the opponent's names in the bullet.
He probably used it as a Sharpie beforehand, just in case.
Yeah, whoever came up with that is a genius. Who was that, Derek? I think it was you, wasn't it?
Don't give me too much.
It was.
It was.
I think it was.
It was.
So that's cool. So the other kind of unique thing about his X-rays, it leaves the opponent standing at the end, so it can be used for all kind of crazy mix-up opportunities.
Right.
And that's pretty much Marksman.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
So maybe go to another one.
Sounds good.
Keep the Erron Black train rolling.
Choo choo with Aaron Black. Let's do you want Outlaw? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, let's do Outlaw.
What, 2?
2 Erron Blacks.
2 and Erron Black on Erron Black. Mind blown.
Are we prepared for this?
I don't know. Which one did you do?
I did Outlaw, so you should do Gunslinger.
Okay, absolutely.
We probably should be quiet for the intro.
We haven't gotten there yet, but
All right, I'm just prepping.
hey, yeah,
I'm just prepping.
Okay, all right. We prepped for a long time.
Yeah,
though.
we did.
Yeah,
that was my
almost
bad.
too much.
Mind games don't work on me. There's an obvious insult there. You'd best shut up and draw.
Round 1. Fight.
So cool. All right, let's go through, I guess, Outlaw. So Outlaw has probably my favorite weapon in the game. He has a broken off Tarkatan Warrior's arm, and his has a sword blade attached to it. So I think it's pretty unique conceptual weapon. And of course, this variation kind of revolves around that. So he gains access to some new fight style attacks with it. So he gets some new strings, new combo strings where he uses it post. That's pretty good damage, good range on it too. I think he even has one where he gets a little command grabby kind of attack after it.
And he also was throwing sand in combos as well, too, right?
Yeah. Some of his fight style stuff, he actually picks a handful of sand up off the ground and throws it in the opponent's face for a little bit of a stun. So there you go. That's another example.
Apollo just tricked the game.
So, but probably his biggest asset in this variation is his stab, like the impale. Let's flesh that out. There we go. And so this will actually break the blade off in the opponent's chest, and that will add a damage over time bleed component. And while that's active, he doesn't have access to any of his sword attacks. And of course, if you do the enhanced version of it, the bleed will last longer, do more damage, but it'll be more time where your sword is gone, and so you can't you don't have access to all those extra attacks. And then I believe this one he also gets a modified version of the sand burst, where it actually picks up a huge handful of sand off the ground and throws it in the face. It actually creates a stun situation, like a true stun, which can be 2-in-1 into. That can do things like set up combos, or set up a free impale.
Right.
There were already been Gunslinger.
Oh, I just killed him.
Oh.
You'll also notice the different palettes, too. That there's the green, Erron Black, along with the traditional as well.
Erron Black wins.
He's fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
He's totally
He'll be back for the
Once we
next
reset.
round.
Yeah,
Don't
we're
worry.
good. We're
totally
good.
fine.
Do a rematch here. Now we'll go through the final Erron.
Gunslinger, yeah.
Yep.
Which I think, actually, man, all of his variations are really good. This
Yep.
one might be my favorite.
There's an obvious.
That's what you said about the last one. Oh, no, it's just the weapon.
Favorite
That was
weapon.
your Okay,
Yes.
all right, John.
Who doesn't want to stab somebody with a broken off forearm? I mean,
Yeah.
No, I've always wanted
which
to.
may or may not be Brock. I don't know.
Oh!
I don't know.
Maybe it
There's
is.
speculation.
It could
Who
be.
knows? Who knows? So Gunslinger revolves more around his revolver. That was a little accidental pun.
That was good.
So the big thing for this one is he has a standoff stance. So he goes to this little standoff, kind of like a Wild West gunslinger standoff stance. And from that, he has access to some additional specials. So he has like a low, kind of like a dance kind of
Dance
move.
for me, boy.
And the closer you are, the more hits it does. And it's a low, so that's also always good for mix it up. He has this anti-air that's like super fast, like quick draw with both revolvers. Prevents jump ins really well, and that can be used in the juggles. And then he also has like a retreating shot where he fires 2 shots while walking backwards, which none of those are that. There we go. And that one's good because again, it can kind of kind of like a modified version of the rifle where you can kind of create some distance, but fire off like 2 really fast projectiles. And then he also has my favorite special, the coin toss, which is really cool, which we'll show after this.
Round 2. Fight.
There are bullets everywhere.
The coin toss is cool. He flips the coin up in the air and he can ricochet a gunshot off of it. And you can actually change the trajectory of that based on which direction you hold. And then for the enhanced version, he throws a whole handful up and just fires off a bunch of shots.
Just throwing money.
Yeah, and that can be done in combos. It can be done to kind of do long range, mid range pokes.
Right.
Be comboed into in some situations from mid screens off of that way too. Just really cool stuff.
Now, if he overdraws his bank account, can he still throw coins? Is he out of coins?
He apparently has an unlimited supply.
Oh, okay, cool.
They're pennies, probably.
There's pennies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Being a bounty hunter, it pays. It pays
does,
well.
it does pay.
So he just gets all of his payments in nickels or whatever. And
So that's Erron Black.
that's Erron Black in a nutshell. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be showing more gameplay stuff with
Yep,
him, like
absolutely.
full gameplay stuff. Later on as the game is closer to release.
But that is Mr. Erron Black. Woo! Very exciting. Take that from me.
I certainly will.
So we're done, right? That's the only character
Yeah.
reveal.
No. We got more.
We
got more.
promised more.